I have a series of slides I've put together that give you information that's all timed, and the components in the slide are using animation features. Much more interesting and appealing and engaging than simply putting all the information at once on a single slide. These are kinds of slides, for example, that we use in our church on a rotating announcement screens. They have action, they have energy, they keep people more interested, and they communicate the message pretty effectively. I'd like to show you how to use animation to do this. In Microsoft PowerPoint, you can make some very nice animations and transitions to add life and energy to your presentation. Here I have a single slide, and I'm going to show you how to transition into the slide and then use animations within it. What's the difference between those two terms? Well, transitions, and I'll click on the tab at the top, apply to how a slide begins to show on the screen. Transitions are from one slide to another. And when you click on the Transitions tab, as I have, you have an option of 9 transitions that you can see, and if you click on the down arrow, you have many more possible. And I recommend that you start with some pretty simple transitions to start with. And then you can go to some more of the unusual ones, but you don't want your transitions to overwhelm your audience. So I'm just going to have this clicked on Reveal in terms of the way in which it will appear. Now I'm going to go into the actual components of the slide. When I click inside the slide, I have 3 different areas that are bullets. I clicked on the first one called Books, and then I click on my Animations tab. Now you notice I've done this all so far, but you have an order or a sequence of animation. It goes from this item to this picture, the second item, which is students, to this picture, the next item, librarians, to this picture. How did I get here? Well, first of all, I click on Books, and I chose Fade. Again, you have a whole option to pick from. Start with the simple ones, and that will be helpful. And then I clicked on this picture that I imported, and you notice it's got number 2, and I said Fly In. Now, one thing you can do with each of these is you can change the effect. So I clicked on Fly In, and notice the arrow points up. Well, I didn't want to fly in from the bottom, so I clicked on Effect Options, and I clicked Fly In from right. And that's what I did on the picture. The third step is I go to the second item. The second bullet item is called 3, and then I have that one appear as well. And then I clicked on my other picture, which I dragged here, and then I have Fly In, but I also use Effect from right, and that gives me the picture flying from the right. Next, I clicked on my third bullet down here, which is Librarians. Again, I chose Appear, and then I clicked on the picture, and I went Fly In, Effect Options. That's also from the right. Let's see what happens when we preview it. Okay, it went pretty fast. I'll do it one more time. So what happens is books come in, and then a picture of the book slides in, students and librarians. What I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all of these, and we'll try it a different way to show you one more way in which you can vary that. Let's see, let's highlight all 3 of these. Oops. Well, Control A, and I'll go None. So I have no effects there. I'll click on my picture, and I'll click on None. And this one will be, notice the numbers change when I remove the features. Okay, and now I have None. Now if I run it, if I try to preview the entire thing, it's all just, there's nothing to do. All right, so let's take our books again, and let's say this time I want my books to wipe in. And so I'll click on that, Now again, I can choose from bottom, from left, from right. I'll do from right for fun. Then let's say I want to do something with the picture here. I can move it around, do anything I want. Let's say I want to change the animation for the picture. Let's make it zoom for fun. Then I'll take students, highlight students, the second bullet, and for fun, let's just have this. What shall I do? Let's do random bars. And then I've got my picture of the sleeping student, and I'll have it come in. We'll use swivel. Okay, and then I'll have my librarians, my third option. And I will try a different one here. We'll do a split. And then we'll do our last one, our picture. And we'll try another way. Let's do the glow and turn. Okay. And so now I have the similar thing. And it's nice. Sometimes you might want one image to pop on another or one on. I'll show you a little bit about that in a moment. So we preview it. There's books, students, and librarians. Another way we could have done this is we could have put books here and just have one picture, replace it with students, and then I'm going to put on top of that the librarian. And watch the difference this one makes when we preview it. Okay. There's no end of how you can use your imagination and creativity to change animations within a slide in order to make it more effective and more dynamic. I'm Jim from the Sharper Turtle. Using animation within a slide, either on text or graphics, is a great way to add a bit of flair and energy to your presentation. We invite you to experiment with the things we've begun to show you in this particular tutorial. And if you find it useful, we'd like to ask you to like us, make any comments you wish, and subscribe to our YouTube channel here at the Sharper Turtle. Thank you.